It's that time again. Welcome to the SLS Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Sugar Ray. Over there he needs no introduction. He's the show's mascot. You're the show's mascot. We're making it. It's official now. So we're going to do printouts and everything. LegionPrototype. Say hello, Legion.
Hello. I don't know if that's an insult or a compliment.
No, it's a comp. Like, come on. Look, I was trying to think, how are we different from any other wrestling podcast? We've got a wolf. Done. Easy. GG's. We're going to make... I don't know if you remember the old South Park episode, but you're phase 1, and then phase 2, I don't know what, and then phase 3 is profit. So, you know, if you get that, we can be friends as well. So, I just like that. How you going, Legion?
Oh, I am doing fantastic.
Doing fantastic. That's great to hear.
How are you doing?
It's I'm just trying to think where Survivor Series ranks on my favorite pay-per-views. I'm really excited for this pay-per-view as well. Premium live event pay-per-view, however you like to say it and that. So I still think the Rumble is my favorite, but this might be my second favorite, I think. And that I just like the growing up with the old style of 4-on-4 matches and that. I really enjoyed that. So
I need to say this now at the beginning of this because it's going to be said at the end.
Okay.
I want everybody to wonder: is Gunther going to be his lock this time around?
Listen, I've given him... I didn't think he'd lose at Mania, and then when did he lose? Oh, he lost it with Cody, yeah. Oh, God. That is... We're doing a bit of spoil... We're going a bit ahead of the schedule and that, so, but, yeah.
It gets people wondering.
It does get people wondering. Be interesting when we get to it as well, so... Yeah. I don't want to spoil it as well, because, yeah, I'm not going to spoil it, and that's so I might actually have to change it.
You're all going to have to wait till the end.
I'm going to change it right now while we're talking. No, I'm not changing anything, and that's so. Yeah. Yes, it's the Survivor Series. Oh, before I start, I wish all the Americans as well happy Thanksgiving as well. It's tomorrow for you guys, isn't it? So.
It is.
I remember in the old days, like wrestling, like the pay-per-view of Survivor Series would actually be on Thanksgiving night, and that. So, do you remember? When you were growing up, like having Thanksgiving and watching wrestling, or no?
No, not me. When I was growing up, I think that was more my sister than me.
Okay.
And
I don't know when they actually stopped.
Because she was a big Stone Cold fan.
Oh, she's a bit. Oh, I like your sister already. So, big. But yeah, I think it was even before that they stopped it. But yeah, it was like in the early, like 80s and 90s, and that they that have the pay-per-view on Thanksgiving. And
let me ask you this,
yeah.
and everybody else watching: does anybody here remember the Gobbledygooker?
Do you remember who was under the mask of the Gobbledygooker?
That one I don't remember.
Do I want to give you a tip? Give you a hint in that, okay? It wasn't him, but Viva la Lasa.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
It was Hector Guerrero. That was apparently the Gobbledygooker, and that. So wasn't Eddie. It was Hector. Oh. So, yeah, that's the story. So
it was still Guerrero.
Still Guerrero. Viva la Lasa, Eddie Guerrero. Still one of my. I still think he'd be wrestling now, and actually I don't know how old he'd be. He was 40 when he passed away, so he might not be wrestling now, but he would have had a good 10 more years, and that's so. And do you know who was originally supposed to come out of the egg at Survivor Series?
No, I don't.
The original story was The Undertaker was supposed to come out of the egg.
Well, that would have destroyed him.
And that's why they didn't do it. So, and that's...
he would never have been taken seriously from that.
Nope. And I will mention The Undertaker probably here in about a few minutes as well. So, but since we're talking Survivor Series, what's your favourite moment from the Survivor Series, Legion?
This one doesn't get talked about very much. This was back, was it 2006?
2006?
Survivor Series.
Okay.
Yeah, the Survivor Series traditional match. I miss those matches, FYI.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Same
it was Team DX versus Team Rated RKO.
The clean sweep?
The clean sweep.
It was, that's good.
It's like, how often do you see, how many times does that happen?
Yeah, and also, I think it was up until that time only like 2 or 3 times, but the thing was, Randy Orton had been on fire. Like, he'd been the sole survivor in the 3 previous Survivor Series, and we were all expecting him at least to be, you know, like the last. I don't even think I think Edge was the last eliminated in that, but yeah, that was the one where
there was
yeah. Go on.
that. I'm sorry. It's like I had a hard time choosing between that one and another one.
You can mention the other one. We might as well because I'm going to mention a few here in a second. So
it was the Team Cena versus Team Authority.
Yes, I am going to mention that moment here as well. Is that because of the debut of someone?
There's that too, but also the shine of Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah,
during that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Did he go? He went.
And he should have got.
He got 3. He was the last 1 versus 3, wasn't he? And he ended up winning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He ended up winning.
Yeah. Yeah. I just remember from the 2006 one, you know, Shawn Michaels super kicking Mike Knox, pinning him, and then asking, "Was he in the match?" And that, like, what a way to bury someone, Shawn. Seriously.
No.
Like,
No. What made that match very great is Mike Knox, of course, is the very beginning of the match. Everybody going, "Who's that?"
Yeah. 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 That's a very that's when you got back into wrestling as well, around that era, that time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
It was right before that, like Royal Rumble when Taker won.
Nice. That's a good moment. Okay, so I'm going to cheat. This was my favourite moment until last year, because we all know last year is my. I'll talk about last year in a second and that, but you know,
Choose any other moment except for last year.
Just any, like, you know, there were so many moments. I was having a look. I actually wrote them down. You know, we could go Hogan, Andre the Giant, you know, meeting again in '87. 1990 debut of the Undertaker, and we could also say debut of the Gobbledygooker as well, for the hell of it. '96 debut of the Rock. '97, of course, the Montreal Screwjob. '98 the Rock heel turn with the sharpshooter at the end.
Why did I not choose this one? Oh.
Do you want to go back on your thing?
No. But I should have mentioned it, but I think you're about to.
99, who ran over Austin, and I have to do the impersonation of Rikishi when Rock did the impersonation. I did it for the Rock. I just love that. I love that If you ever see Rock do an impersonation of Rikishi, it's absolutely hilarious. And that there's been a lot of debuts as well. We had Angle debut at the Rumble, the Elimination Chamber debut, and that I could keep on going and going and going. But my favourite moment was, obviously, we look back in hindsight now, the Undertaker debuting. Like, I actually had a look at it. I actually had a look at it last night as well. You know, the way that Piper puts him over and Gorilla Monsoon, and just the kids in the crowd, they're all scared. Just the presentation of the Undertaker.
Didn't he pin what's his name first?
Coco Beware?
Thank you. I was brain farting on his name. I can see him, I just couldn't remember his name for some reason.
Mm-hmm. He pinned Coco. I don't think he pinned anyone else. I know him and Dusty left the ring and got both disqualified and counted out in that. So that was my favourite moment until last year.
Mm-hmm. Any other Survivor Series will be nothing compared to that.
It's been a year since CM Punk came back to WWE, and I still can't believe it. Like, you've heard all the backstory about how Punk, when he left, he was released on his wedding day, and the issues between not only Vince and him, but also Triple H. I just never thought it'd happen. We even got footage on my stream as well. As well, like, I was going to ask you, did you headbutt the keyboard? Because I just see random letters and that. Like, what were you thinking at the time as well?
I don't know. I had so much going on in my head, like, guys, that was the last person I would expect to come back. Yeah, we joked about it. We always talked about Punk's coming back.
Yeah.
We never thought it actually happened because we knew his history.
Yeah.
All the interviews he's done in the past saying he's never coming back. And
even
he actually said he's never coming back.
Yeah, and even his debut, like, I thought the closest we get him coming back was when he debuted on AEW and that, and I was happy for him to go there, and then all the crap happened there as well. But it's even, I had a look at my thing, you know, they have the like the Cody's team celebrating in the ring and that, and then they're doing the pull out shot with the little logo in the thing. I even said 5 seconds before. I said, "Nah, Punk's not coming back," and then I lost it. That's my favorite moment ever. And that, like, it's, you know,
Did you because I sent you I scrolled through Twitter a lot, or X, sorry.
yeah,
I don't care what you call it. And one moment popped up that was like, it was the 1 year anniversary of the guy who pretty much he was in the crowd. He was doing a fan reaction. Obviously, he just looked over to the entrance and just pure shock. No words, nothing.
yeah. Yeah.
And you're the first person I thought of because I looked exactly like you.
Yeah, it was me. Like, I was just in shock. I actually thought when I hit the music, because we joked about something else. We joked. Can you imagine if at the end of the thing they play Punk's music and Grayson Waller come out? I was actually thinking if Grayson Waller comes out, I'm going to be really upset. And then
I would have laughed so hard.
he didn't, and that's so yeah. And then you showed the.
But in all honesty, though, I think he would have gotten really over in a heelish way.
Oh, he would have been hated more than Dominic Mysterio, personally.
Oh yeah, and now that's amazing.
Yeah,
because nobody's paid more.
If anyone has seen it as well, go have a look at the behind the scenes of Punk returning. It's only about, I think, 10 minutes long, and that. But I think you sent it to me as well, but I already seen it.
Yeah.
My favorite thing from that is the interaction between him and Randy Orton. It is hilarious. Yes. Orton going, "Can you not give me 10 minutes of my return before?" And like, it's just absolutely hilarious. I don't know if we can put it in the.
Those two are like the best of friends.
Yeah,
backstage.
like I don't remember them having a problem. Like, I feel like it kind of rained on Orton's return, but I think Randy would understand as well, because, like, you know, I just think.
I remember we talked about this prior to that Survivor Series. I said, I even said, theorized Punk might return, and you said no, not with Orton returning, it will overshadow him. And what happened?
Yeah, and it did happen, and that, you know, kind of. You only really see like one return. I mean, AEW did 2 debuts, like they did Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson on the same night as well. So,
like,
you know,
on the same segment.
Yeah, on the same segment, yeah, as well. So, you know, it's kind of, it can backfire, and yeah. So, like I said, he hasn't wrestled much and that, but it's, you know, like, it's the #1 viewed clip ever in WWE, Punk's return, and that's, so, you know, no matter what, he's making the money and that, so I'm really happy that he's back in WWE, and that's, so, you know. Yeah.
What happened to the Chicago guy?
I have no idea. I'm not surprised he didn't. I will say he went a bit overboard yelling at Chicago! I'm this out. We get it, bud. Settle down. Anyway, I think we better.
Out of that entire return, outside of him returning, that guy is the most memorable.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I think we better get on the news, because we're actually going to talk about Punk. Punk is the 5th member for Roman's team. Apparently, there was an article saying this has been planned all along. Punk had been the 5th man for the Roman's team as well. And if you look at it, it makes sense as well. So, because
this is Triple H written all over it.
Yeah.
Because he is, I've said this countless times, a master of this long-term booking.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I completely agree as well. So,
not only did Punk debut Roman Reigns and the Shield, of course, Punk returns, cuts a promo about Roman Reigns, also being that he acknowledged him, and that he was the first Paul Heyman guy.
I will say, #1, how was the pop for Paul Heyman when he said, "Ladies and gentlemen"? Like,
oh my god, when's the last time you heard a pop like that for a manager?
Yeah, well, I mean, Paul Heyman, like, I still hold Bobby Heenan as one of the greatest managers ever. Like, I'm probably brain farting on some other great managers that I can't really think of at the minute, but Heyman's up there. So
Jimmy Hart
as well. Yeah, we can go. I just trying to think of other guys I can't really think of as well. Bobby Heenan comes first to mind. There hasn't been really many recently, but Paul Heyman is definitely one as well. But yeah, that pop he got, and then when he pointed at the thing, I thought for a split second, if Brock Lesnar comes out, I'll lose my shit.
Well, somebody, I was thinking about this, like, why couldn't they have done this kind of thing before? Somebody did that where he was pointing at him, and Ryback's music plays.
I mean, he's the Paul Omega or Curtis Axel. You know, we could get back Axel.
Yeah.
Axel
No,
Mania.
Michael McGillicuddy.
Yeah. Oh God, Jesus Christ. God. No, get Axel Mania out there as well. Like I was behind Axel Mania and Macho Mandow, and that's going a bit old school, and that's so yeah.
You know, he has the longest record in a Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I know it's still going apparently. So what's that? Nearly.
No, he finally got eliminated a year later.
Oh, did he? Oh, well, okay. Yeah. But yeah, how do you? Are you like the more star power, the better in this match as well. I'm really happy for Punk, and that. So I'm just hope he doesn't get injured. So go on.
No, never mind. I'll ask it later.
Ask it later.
It's not current right now.
Okay. Like I'm really happy, and that's and it's and you know 1 year to like close to the year since his return as well. So you know he want to be wrestling at the pay-per-view, and that's so yeah, really happy as well. I want to touch on the Netflix deal as well because I actually found out as well I have to actually buy Netflix because the Where I Watch Wrestling is going away, so I have to buy that as well. So, but with the Netflix deal at the minute as well with WWE next year, January 6th, I think it is, they're kind of relaxing the brand split, which I don't know how you feel about that, Legion, but
because back in the day, the brand split was amazing.
Yeah,
like back in the early 2000, like late 2000s and all that.
The very first one
was amazing.
Yeah, the very first one.
But
yeah.
during like now, it's you want to see everybody.
Yeah,
because everybody wants to see everybody in different go against anybody.
Yeah,
not goes so and so's only on SmackDown. So, but wait, I see when it comes to the whole brand split kind of thing. If you're on SmackDown, you can only challenge for that world title. Those titles.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You can't go, oh, I'm on SmackDown, I'm going to challenge for the WWE title. No.
Yeah.
You have to be on that brand to challenge for it.
That's a bit of an interesting thought. I actually like that thought as well. Like, I was thinking... Because no mind, it also gives, you know, other young guys, like, if it's the same, you know, 8 or 10 guys that have been featured on Raw and SmackDown, you know, the younger guys might actually leave and go somewhere else. Well, they might be featured. That's why I was really... like the brand split. I'm just trying to think of younger guys who we wouldn't see. You know, guys like maybe Ilya Dragunov. I feel like would be one as well. Even I know he's your boy as well, but I feel like had it been the same couple on Raw to SmackDown, we wouldn't see guys like him. And that's so, you know,
and speedy recovery for him.
Yeah, speedy recovery as well, and that's so. And also, you know, if Netflix as well on coming to Raw, they have requested as well. They have requested, whether it's for a little time or a long time, they want Punk, Roman, and Rhodes on Raw when it goes to Netflix, and that. So, talk about stacking
Rhodes
deck
Rhodes,
as well.
I don't think that might happen.
I mean, the first show, yes, and that, but after that, you know, like having to stay on, because SmackDown is USA still, yes.
Yes, it's currently USA.
Then why? Like, it's going to get to the stage where USA Network will say, "Hey, we want so and so, so and so, and so and so." Like, you know, it's a touchy subject as well, and the WWE got to really tread the line as well. So I don't know what you guys think in the comments as well. Do you like the brand split? You know, give us a comment where you think you like the brand split or not, as well, or how you would do it, and that's so. But God, that first show on January 6th is going to be amazing. Like, it's a...
Oh, that's...
Whew. It's
yeah. I'm just imagining it.
Yeah, we're going to have... We've confirmed Cena's going to be there, so...
No, and the one thing I'm waiting for, no more censorship.
Yeah.
You can actually hear the promos.
Yeah. I mean, censorship to a point I don't mind, you know, because you'll get someone... Oh, I'm not going to swear as well, try not to swear. But... people who keep repeatedly swearing, it loses its effect, and that, I feel like, that's just my opinion, and that's so. You're the WWE ID guy, and that there was a new signing as well. You want to tell us about it?
Yeah, and this one threw, I think, everybody off guard. The new signing for the WWE ID, I don't remember where she was going to, but it was Kylie Ray.
Yeah, from there was a bit of issue in AEW.
There's a bit of controversy in AEW. We won't get into it because it's not really solid.
Yeah.
It's just controversy.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been watching her indie work for a while now. It's amazing.
Amazing. Who do you compare
Yeah,
it? Do you compare it to anyone? Just if you can think of.
Um, I wouldn't compare her to Julie or anything like that. No.
Okay. Yeah.
More like Candice LeRae back in during her indie scenes,
Okay.
and she was amazing.
Yeah, I'm really. We'll get to the War Games match because I'll talk about Kaylee as well. Um, but yeah, it's this ID program as well. I know there's been a couple other signings as well. You're the ID man as well. We'll have to get some more intro on some of these guys. But I'm happy for Kylie as well. It's a beautiful video as well. If you've seen the video, she's in the ring after a match, and the promoter comes in as well with the. He's got the clipboard like to his thing and turns it around. It's got WWE ID, and the crowd just erupts in that. Like I'm really happy for.
And just to clarify for everybody who doesn't know, WWE ID is not a contract signing for the WWE.
No, it's just
it's more of a contract for. I wouldn't say a contract. It's more of a signing to a WWE promotion, in like one of their training grounds, or like one of their schools. Because like Seth Rollins has a school. Who was the other one?
Booker T, was it?
Booker T, and there's
Cody Rhodes.
Two others. I can't.
Was it Cody Rhodes?
Oh yeah, Cody Rhodes is one of them. Yes.
I forget
I
forget
There was I can't remember what the other one was.
Yeah.
I don't have the list up in front of me. They get sent to one of their schools and they start training there the ways of WWE.
Yeah.
Like the past, how FCW was the training grounds. Like NXT is now. Yeah. FCW was the thing back then, but it wasn't.
Even OVW, if you remember back in the day as well.
OVW.
Yeah. Well, we'll never
That's
see.
The whole thing.
Yeah. Oh no, it's owned by AEW now, isn't it? Or Ring of Honor? Wait.
No.
It's not? Oh, I thought it was. Oh, my bad.
It's still run by WWE.
Huh.
As far as I last checked.
Huh. Might have to read up on that. Since we're speaking on the women's as well, Raw this week as well, before they went on the show, announced, I know I haven't put this in the thing, but I just remembered, we can just talk about it. The WWE Women's Intercontinental title has been announced, which is good. Yes. And that, I will say, I did see a tweet by Uncle Dave talking about how there's too many titles here at the minute with the
I literally just saw that tweet right before we went live.
I actually agree with Dave Meltzer and that, like, there is getting a bit too many titles, especially in like AEW as well. But the women, they need it. Like, they're proven to be.
Yes.
The women's wrestling has evolved so much in the last, probably at least 10 years, and that, like, maybe even more.
Now,
and that, so.
Yeah, now it's rival when it comes to titles. Now it can officially rival the men's titles.
Yeah.
Because now each one has, like, men have their Intercontinental US, women have their own now.
Men have their main and the secondary, and then the tag, and now the women have them as well. So, if you were booking this, Legion, who would you have as your first WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion?
You want my biased opinion or my unbiased opinion?
Well, give you a biased opinion then your unbiased opinion, because I'll do the same. So,
right. Well, you can call me a simp. I don't care, but Kairi Sane.
Yeah, I've
been a fan of her since the NXT days.
Yep, I don't mind.
The early NXT days.
I don't mind that. I was kind of thinking as well, before I get into my choices, I hope they give it to someone who's never won, like, any of the titles, like the women's title. Like, give it to someone, who hasn't won a title, if that makes sense. I don't know. Who's your
my other pick?
Yeah,
to make her an official Grand Slam champion, Bayley.
Bayley is on SmackDown. You said Bayley, didn't you? I heard that correctly.
Is she on SmackDown?
Yeah, Bayley's on SmackDown.
I thought she was on Raw.
No, she's SmackDown.
I'm losing it then. Okay, never mind then.
I mean, do you want to think about it again, or you just...
Where's Naomi, on SmackDown or Raw?
Naomi's SmackDown as well, so yes, she's in the US.
I don't know the other one then.
Okay. How about... So, my unbiased opinion... I know I'm just going to contradict what I just said, because she's actually won the women's title in the past, but with her uncles and that winning the Intercontinental title, that's Brett, Owen, and Davey Boy. I think Natalie would be a good first one as the Intercontinental Champion. Women's Intercontinental Champion.
That's a good pick.
Yeah. Someone, I'm not going to take credit. Someone said that on Twitter, and I went, "That's actually a good idea." So, I don't know who it was. So.
Yeah, that I honestly I keep forgetting she's still on the roster.
Yeah, I don't know. I was going to say, like, isn't Kairi Sane injured in that? Because I haven't seen her.
No.
She wrestled a couple weeks ago. Yeah, my bad.
Currently, I think Asuka's injured.
Asuka's injured. Okay. I was going to say, if it's someone who hasn't won a main title yet, maybe Lyra Valkyrie.
Yeah, that was my other pick. There it is. 'Cause I was looking at a tweet earlier.
Yeah.
Because I've been a fan of her since NXT, of course.
Yeah, even Dakota Kai would be a good one.
Oh, she needs it.
Yeah. So there's a pick. So it's interesting to see who's your pick to you still going on. I will say I was really happy in the US tournament when Chelsea Green won her match in that.
Yep.
I pray to God they give her the title, just even for one day, just for one day. Just I know.
I can see her, the way she's gonna present herself with that title.
Yeah.
I can just see it.
Yeah. Anyway, I better get back on the track. I just thought I'd mention that as well. So, also, I don't know if you guys know, but WWE has been doing a lot of tape shows, which I'm really happy for, but a lot of people are apparently not happy. So, when, out of everyone in the world, when this person makes the most sense, you know WWE tape shows are a good thing. They taped the show, this is what someone said, I won't mention the name. Once again, Raw seems to be double taping tonight. There are no tickets advertising for next week on WWE's website, which usually means the show is taped. End these tape shows already. I severely disagree with this person saying this because, number one, the wrestlers are already working I know next year they're going to cut down on live shows and bring it back more, but they've been, wrestling, 200-300 days a year, and that's not good. Like, the more times they get with their family, and I'll bring up the tweet by Ryback. You mentioned him earlier in that. When Ryback is making sense, hang on, okay, there's something right. There's something not right here as well. Ryback says, understand this. For years, talents barely had time off. Holidays, family times, true rest, rare luxuries. They have to rush home, do laundry, repack, dry suits, head back on the road. Wrestlers are human beings with lives. Agreed. Where was I? Families are non-stop schedule. If tape shows give them a breather, that's a good thing, and I completely fucking agree. Pardon the language, sorry. I just demonetized it, sorry. Legion, beep it out. So instead of spoiling it for yourself online, just enjoy the show. They work harder than any other form of sports or entertainment year-round, which I do agree as well. Do everyone a favour, quit whining over nothing and show the respects of the men and women who give you some sort of meaning to your pathetic life. I don't agree with that at the end, but you can see the point Ryback was saying. Yeah, what are your thoughts on that as well? Would you want more tape? I'm more than happy for more tape shows personally.
I am all for it. It gives all the talent, the wrestlers and refs or anybody that works there, time away to be with their families.
Yeah,
especially during the holidays.
Yeah, especially the holidays. Like at the end, I've had this idea for a few years. Like when it gets to getting before Christmas, a group of wrestlers have a week off, then they come back, and another group of wrestlers have the week off and come back. And that, over Christmas, like, if they still want to do live shows, but give a group of wrestlers just the week off, and then to go spend time with their family, and that's.
And you don't have to have your top guys on these live shows. You don't have to.
Yeah. And that's so. Yeah. Like someone complaining over. I just thought it was a bit. Come on. We're all human beings. We're trying to get through this life without that, and you're complaining about a tape show. Seriously. Anyway, did you want to bring up anything else there, or?
Oh yeah, there was. On a side note, that was unexpected that I saw. It was an article that I ran across from the one person we don't like talking about, and that's Vince Russo.
Go on.
He was talking about I'm looking at the article right now. The headline goes, after Vince McMahon, will Triple H leave WWE in 2025? He predicted that uh, TKO, I can't remember who was in charge of TKO right now, wants to replace Triple H, and talking about something about a friend, close friend to The Rock, which I'm reading this like I find it like that's a horrible thing. I don't like horrible idea.
It's almost like
Because
it's almost like an actual storyline as well. Like it should be on the TV at the minute, you know.
like if they make that into a story, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
But if this is an actual thing, like they're gonna turn their best product they've had in, I think since the Attitude Era, in my opinion,
Yeah. It's also insane
and take it away.
it's also saying that as well. You know, Triple H he had a bypass, didn't he? Paul Levesque.
Oh,
A bypass,
what?
a heart bypass.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay. I thought that's what I heard. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
We don't know how much stress it is put on, you know, Paul as well, these shows and that. Like it's you know, he might be actually thinking it, like have the WWE in a good thing and then, you know, give someone else the like maybe go back to the thing. We don't know and that, but it's coming from Vince Russo, who knows and that. Like he might just trying to be a bit relevant again and that. So you know, I thought he said he hated wrestling anyway. So and he's commenting on.
That's why I said we don't like talking about it.
Yes. Anyway, let's move on from him as well. So
Yeah, that was a weird one that I saw that I thought I'd bring up.
let's we are going to get over to other news as well. We'll quickly touch on. Looks like the women's tag team title curse has hit again, unfortunately. Can you go through the injuries on Jade? Because Jade was written off on SmackDown, or was it Raw? No, it was Raw. Sorry, Yeah, she was.
No, it was SmackDown.
It was SmackDown. My apologies. Sorry.
Because she was originally in the U.S. title tournament.
Yeah, that's right. My apologies. So yeah, Jade Cargill was written off with an injury as well, which seems to be it's going to keep her out for. She might miss Mania, so it's kind of because I'm pretty sure her and Bianca were going to have a match at Mania. So yeah, it's a get well soon Jade as well. So you know.
Yeah, get well soon. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's it. And plus, I have a feeling these injuries were building up over time, so they had to find a way to write her off.
Yeah.
And these were multiple injuries, not just one simple injury and it's done. No, those like, what was it like 5 or 6?
5 or 6. You want to go through them and that quickly?
Yeah, it's a deep lumbar paraspinal muscle contusions, bruised kidney, sprained MCL in her right knee, tibial plateau bone bruise in her right knee, and facial lacerations.
Yeah, seriously, get well soon and that. Like it just even shows like she's a young she's pretty. I forget how old and that, but like she's getting that injuries at this young and that. So hopefully she can come back as well. So I think that'll end the WWE news as well. Since they're going to, who do you think should be the champions? Well, who do you think will be the new champions?
To be honest, this is a little biased and unbiased. Same answer is I'm agreeing with a lot of people. Give it back to Damage Control.
So it'll be Dakota Kai and Kairi Sane at the minute as well. So I'm more than happy.
Yes.
Yeah, I think even Alba Fire and Isla Dawn probably should get it back as well. They're not really doing anything as well. So you know, like give them something to do and that. So anyway,
they need a proper story.
Yeah.
But that's besides the point.
Yep. Rightio, let's move on to some AEW news as well. AEW had Full Gear recently, which I actually watched for free, surprisingly as well. It's a really good pay per view as well. So. And finally, Daniel Garcia won the TNT title. I could go over the whole news as well, but I feel like Daniel Garcia, because he was heavily touted to be signing with WWE as well. So I'm really happy for Daniel Garcia to win the title as well. Like he's I know they had their best 30 under 30 wrestlers. I don't know where he was in that. He's under 30, isn't he? I'm not brain farting on that, am I?
I believe I remember seeing his name. Give me like 2 seconds and I'll...
Okay, but I'll tell you, I was shocked to see Dominic Mysterio at number 1, like, and MJF at 2. Like, I think Dominic is great, but I think MJF could re-change the wrestling world, to be fair. and that's
And I think Dominic was #1.
yeah,
if I'm not
Dominic was
mistaken.
one. Yeah, so yeah. Do you see Daniel Garcia? Because I'm actually going to mention as well some more news in AEW. One of the one of my favorite things last year was them bringing in the Continental Classic and its return as well this year. So it was really good last year with Eddie Kingston winning the thing as well. But yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
Daniel Garcia is #9.
number 9. Okay, radio. So it wasn't brain farting, but yeah, we'll just quickly go over the blue and gold league. So in the blue league, we got Okada, who's I think the current champion at the minute. So Kyle Fletcher, Daniel Garcia, as we just mentioned, Mark Briscoe, Shelton Benjamin, and the Beast Mortis. And in the gold league, we've got Darby Allin, Claudio Castagnoli, Will Ospreay, Ricochet, Brody King, and Juice Robinson. Pretty stacked rosters there as well. I like this. It was a bit different last year when they brought in this Continental Classic. Like they each verse each other once, and there's points for wins. I don't know if there's points for losses in that. So, the two whoever got the most points from each leagues, they meet in the 2 matches, and then the winner of the blue league meets the winner of the gold league in the final for the title. From that list, who would you see would be the early favourite there? Because I see at least maybe 5 to 6 guys could win it. And that, what do you think, Legion?
I
Let me
I
go.
have no idea.
Let me go in the blue league. We got Okada, who's the current champion. You know, Kyle Fletcher, Daniel Garcia, Mark Briscoe, Shelton Benjamin, and Beast Mortis. I think from that, either Okada or Daniel Garcia would probably. You think Okada since he's got the title at the minute, but one of those two, I think you'd have to agree. The blue league and that. I think the gold league is the most open. Like the gold league, I can actually see 5 of the 6 getting in the final. Darby Allin, Claudio, Will, Ricochet, and Brody King, and Juice Robinson. So I don't know. What do you guys think as well? Maybe pick your winners of the Continental and that. But yeah, I'm gonna have a look at this and really enjoy this. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So let's get on to some TNA news as well. So recently, Steve Macklin has talked about maybe participating in the Rumble if he was asked in that. I wanted to throw it out to you because we all know. I don't know if you have the soundboard. I'll set you up for the soundboard. We all know. Have we adopted him as our wrestler for the podcast as well? We know Joe Henry should be in there.
What?
Yeah, you haven't got it yet? All right, hang on. Just let me know when to do it and that. So, I mean, this is my fault. I should have given him a prompt before we started the show and that. So
No, I'm laughing over adopting Joe Hendry as our wrestler.
I mean, we're parents in that. Like, we don't have a wrestler the podcast that we should, and that I was just trying to think on the fly and that. So,
Yeah, there's only one person I blame for that.
who's that?
Santos Escobar.
Oh God. But I mean, the TNA NXT deal's been really good and that. So I was actually surprised because they're currently doing the Iron Survivor in NXT. I'm surprised we didn't see a TNA wrestler qualify for that they could have given some more. Not win.
That would have been.
Yeah, not win the thing, but just at least show them off and that. So
That would have been amazing.
yeah, and that's so yeah. I actually I didn't realize he was actually in WWE as well. We don't remember him because he was in the Forgotten Sons.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So less said about them, the better. Well, not him, but the other guy, which we won't mention, and that's so. I mean, for the women's, we had Jordan Grace last year, so hopefully she can. Maybe a couple of women can be in the women's Rumble version, and then yeah, a couple in the men, and that I'd be happy to see some TNA guys in there. I'd happy to see other companies as well, like. You know, they used to do it at the '97 Royal Rumble. There was guys from AAA as well. They're actually doing a.
Yeah, just imagine, because I wonder if these rumors are like true for whatnot, that Triple H wants to work with New Japan. I don't know how true those rumors are.
New Japan is still working with AEW, aren't they?
Yeah, but it's very strenuous.
Very, very strenuous. Okay, I mean, if Triple H could I like to see different stars, in other companies. It gives that, I don't know. Back in the day when, you'd be watching WCW and WWE, and you go, who's going to appear on WWE from WCW, etc., etc. It was really thrilling back in the day. So, anyway, I think that's the end of the news that we've done. I just need to get this up and have a look, and making sure we're done. Also the Hardys are apparently working in TNA without a contract. Be very careful, TNA. That's all I've got to say, because they're the current champions at the minute, and that's so. I know the Hardys have been around, and they wouldn't. The last thing they'd do is want to burn a bridge like TNA, and that. But wrestlers working in companies without contracts, it just seems a big yikes to me. I don't know how you feel about it, but yeah, I would. Even if it's not. Even if it's a handshake deal that, just get something up. And that, anyway, I feel like that's the end of the news and that. So, are you ready? Good sir. Chat, are you ready? Part 4 of my fan fiction story that I can't give away the title yet. If we remember last time, I know it's been a while since I've done this as well. Setting up for the Bloodline versus the original Bloodline versus the Outlaw Bloodline, as I called them, with The Rock in the War Games match and that. And the last time we left them, Cody had come to the ring and split up. Roman and Sammy were fighting, and Jimmy and Jay were fighting, and Cody came, and that ended SmackDown. So we go 8 days before War Games. Cody is in the ring and invites just Roman and Paul Heyman to the ring. Cody explains why he came out to break up the fighting between the OG Bloodline. Cody says, we need to put ours, Roman, that's you and mine, differences aside, for one match only. Because, Roman, as much as I hate to say it, you were one of Dusty's kids. Paul, he looks over at the wise man. Paul, Dusty loved and admired you for your genius in the wrestling business. And without Dusty's stay in ECW, he might not have found his love for the business again. And Dusty didn't invent the War Games match, so it makes sense. Roman, shake my hand. Cody sticks his hands out. Roman glares at Cody with a look to kill and all that stuff. Roman looks over at the wise man, at Paul, nods. He gives him a look as well. Roman shakes Cody's hand. Cody joins the OG Bloodline versus the Outlaw Bloodline at Survivor Series. Yes, I wrote it down on something. Don't take me as well. The Raw before War Games. Cody leads out the OG Bloodline, minus Roman. Hypes up the crowd before calling out The Rock and the Outlaw Bloodline for a proposal. The Outlaw Bloodline comes out. That's Solo, Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, and Tongaloa. They're all four in a line. They both split 2 and 2 as The Rock's music hits and The Rock comes out. Cody, you have my interest. What do you want? The Rock says. Cody proposes that we have 3 matches. If the OG Bloodline win, we get the War Games advantage. The Rock and the Outlaw Bloodline begin to laugh themselves silly. They are just in hysterics. Boy, how bad is your memory, The Rock says. I'm trying to do my Rock impersonation. I know I can't really do it, so you just have to bear with me as well. How bad is your memory, boy? Don't you remember at Bad Blood? Jimmy and Jay Draboni lost the Bad Blood at Bad Blood. Why would we agree? Cody cuts him off and says, I have 2 reasons. 1, if you guys win at least 2 of the 3 matches, you can add another stipulation to the match. And 2, the sweetener for you, Rock. If you guys go 2 up, then I'll put my WWE title on the line in the main event. The Rock sits there for a second, whispers to Solo, and smiles. Alright, since Roman isn't here yet, and I'm too important to be wrestling on a random Raw, especially in this town, wherever they are, I don't know what, get some heel heat for The Rock, because he's pretty good at it. And that. Jimmy and Jay Jabroni, you two can get another whooping from Tama Tonga and Tongaloa again. This is The Rock saying this as well, so don't, have a go at me. Sammy Sissy! And talking to Sami Zayn. I kind of thought, he likes the nicknames and all that stuff since he called Cody, the leader of the Cody Crybabies. Anyway. Sammy Sissy, have fun going one-on-one with the Samoan werewolf Jacob Fatu. And to the leader of the Cody Cryberries, when Jimmy and Jay and Sammy lose, you can have the pleasure of losing your title to Solo in the main event. And whatever is left of the 5 of you at War Games, The Rock will have the ultimate pleasure in ending your WWE career. Rock's music hits. Sami Zayn loses his match to, obviously, Jacob Fatu, because we don't want Jacob losing yet, yada, yada, yada. And that. The Rock and Solo are in the private room, are smiling, as both Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa are leaving. Cody hypes up the Usos, saying, Jay, be main event. Jimmy, show us why you are the right hand of Roman now, and all that stuff. After a 45-minute tag match, I know, I was thinking, should I make it long or should I, I think the Usos and Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa can do a 45-minute match and make it really interesting as well. So the Usos pull out the victory, and that Rock and Solo are in shock. The Rock, destroys the TV, and that he's going nuts and all that stuff. Solo calms him down and says he'll make it right. As the Usos are coming back, we've got Cody's going out these matches. We've got Sami Zayn, the Usos, and there. Cody hypes up both Sammy and Jimmy and Jay, and that. So anyway, we see Cody walking out to the ring, just by himself. The Usos and Sammy are going back. Cody runs into Randy Orton. They just sit there and stare at the minute. Randy then finally speaks, I hope you know what you're doing. Cody smiles, looks at me and says, trust me. Anyway, where am I up to? Then we get the main event, Cody versus Solo. If Cody wins, they get the War Games advantage. If Solo wins, they get to add another stipulation onto the War Games advantage match. After a 20-minute match, both Cody and Solo have been knocked out. Shenanigans as well. Ref is down as well. We go to the back. We see the OG. We see Jimmy and Jay Uso and Sammy fighting Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Jacob Fatu. We go back to the ring when we've seen The Rock has snuck in. And him gives Cody a low blow as Cody is staggered to his feet, ready to finish off Solo. And we see the beatdown of Solo and The Rock are beating down Cody. The Rock sets him up for a rock bottom when Roman's music hits. Yes, I know. I really don't like, people's music here because The Rock could hit him with the rock bottom, get the ref up, 1, 2, 3, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, that's a bit of a nitpick of mine, but anyway. Roman's music hits, comes out to Cody, fighting The Rock. After getting taking down Solo, taking down Rock and that. Rock is in the middle of the ring. Roman is in the corner, setting up for the spear. Does the apologies. I like doing the Roman impersonation. Does the ooh ah? Goes to spear The Rock, but The Rock moves out of the way and hits Cody by accident. Rock throws Roman out of the ring. Solo pins Cody. 1, 2, 3. Solo and The Rock celebrate on the ramp as Cody and Roman start arguing in the ring. As they'll start pushing each other, and that ends Raw. The SmackDown before War Games. Rock and the Outlaw Bloodline are in the ring, celebrating, smiling, having champagne, yada, 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 just really hamming it up and that. The Rock then calls out the OG Bloodline. Actually calls them the Cody Crybabies team as well, because I actually do like that, the Cody Crybabies and that. They come out as Cody and Roman just stare daggers at each other. Roman is on the far side, Cody's on the far side as well. They're staring daggers at each other. Rock says, not only will we have the War Games advantage, in the advantage of War Games, but whoever is pinned, yes, it's different rules, but I'm on the TK board. I can make them up whatever I want as well. your career is done. So that's when the Outlaw Bloodline have the advantage in the ring. That means when it's 2-on-1, 3-on-2, 4-on-3, 5-on-4, and that. So, and also one more thing, Roman, you're starting for your team as well. So thanks for Monday, cuz, as well. SmackDown ends. War Games. Now, I wanted to do a whole thing, but it probably would have taken me about 10 minutes to do this and that, so I'm just going to quickly go through this as well. I want to see these things as well. Roman enters the ring first, of course, because he's the first one in. Then Solo enters next. After 5 minutes, it's Jacob Fatu. And then Jacob Fatu and Solo take advantage of Roman. And that. They put him in a double submission as Cody is the next one that comes in. Saves him. Just don't mind me. Apologies. Sorry, just Google is Legion is just making me laugh in that when he shouldn't be. Sorry, my apologies. I've got a problem with Google. It's just going down every now and then. And that, anyway, Cody comes in to save, and then evens us tie for a bit. Tama Tonga comes in. They get the 3-on-2 advantage again. Next in is Sami Zayn. After that, they have the bit of 3-on-3, so they can, and that. Then we have Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso is next. After that, and we haven't seen The Rock is not in the cage as well, so they're counting down to The Rock, and that his music hit as well. He's a big Hollywood star, so he needs his entrance and that. But we see no Rock. And that, Jacob and Tama and Tonga Loa look a bit worried, but, Solo's there smiling and says, all good. And that, so they keep on fighting with Cody, Roman, Jimmy, and Sammy and that. So we get to when Jay comes out, is the last guy to come out, but The Rock has snuck up behind and hits him. And then locks the cage, the shark cage that he's in, and that. So, then The Rock comes down to the ring. And he also puts a lock on the War Games ring as well. So now it's 5-on-4. Jimmy's stuck there, so that little stipulation where, while they have the advantage in the ring, still counts, and that. So, Jay's stuck in the shark cage and that. So, the Outlaw Bloodline take advantage of this. They take out Cody, they take out Jimmy, and they take out Sammy in one ring. They leave them all in one ring. As they corner Roman, 5-on-1. Roman just looks at it and just says, bring it and all that stuff. So, The Rock puts Rome, after a while of, getting beat down by all four things and that, The Rock has the biggest smile on his face, and he puts Roman in the sharpshooter. And he's looking at the timekeeper and he's telling him, ring the bell. Yes, I know it's a callback. I had to do it. And that 98 callback and that. So, when it looks like Roman is about to tap, Jay breaks from he's already broken from the shark cage as well. So, and he's climbing the thing. None of the other guys have paid attention as well. Don't know why. And that breaks through. He's climbing up the ring. Climbs the cage, and splashes into Jacob, Solo, Tama, and Tonga Loa, and that. So, and then goes and super kicks The Rock and that. So, it's somehow got to, in one ring we got the OG Bloodline and Cody, and in the other ring we got the Outlaw Bloodline and The Rock and that. And they set up for the face off where 5-on-5 and that. So, and this is where I get to my ending. I don't know if you guys remember last year when Randy came out and they all 5 of them set up for the draping TDT that Randy does, but I'm going to do a similar thing as well. We got the Usos super kicking both Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. Sami Zayn is in the middle, is in between both rings with Jacob Fatu as well. He does the hell of a kick. I don't know how he'll do it safely, but he'll do it. To the point where Jacob Fatu gets stuck in between the rings, and that's him gone from the thing. And Cody then hits a disaster kick on The Rock, and he goes out towards the ring, like the door of the ring, and I know it's the refs have also cut it open, and it's actually open as well. He goes outside, and then he's the Rock is done as well. So, it's just leaving Solo by himself with the OG Bloodline and Cody Rhodes. This is where we get to the ending of the match. As they back him into a corner, it's the four guys. It's Roman, Jimmy, Jay, and Sammy. They're just looking at him in front of him, and like Solo's pleading with his life, please don't, please don't. And they're all just they're just there going, they're just there nodding, and that they're not going to do anything. Cody comes in with a disaster kick, backs him into the corner. That's when Sammy has gone from one ring to the other, hits him with the hell of a kick. Super kick from Jay, super kick from Jimmy, the Superman punch from Roman. Cody picks him up and is going to go for a crossroads, and he stops. He looks at Roman and he says, "You do it." He hands him over to Jimmy and Jay and Sammy as they hold, obviously, Solo up because he's had so many finishes and that. Roman goes to the corner, does the ooh-ah, hits the spear. 1, 2, 3. The OG Bloodline win. I'm going to have to go quickly as well because I've done it as well, a bit more of that. So, SmackDown after War Games. Roman, Jimmy, and Paul are in the ring. Roman does his thanks. Thanks Cody, thanks Jay, thanks Sammy as well for their help in that. And that thanks also Paul as well for coming back as well. Roman announces that he is now is a good time to be entering in the Rumble. And he says this to Cody, when I win, we're going to run it back one more time. The Rock appears on the screen. Roman, you think you're lucky at War Games? What gives you the right to think you're just going to announce yourself in the Royal Rumble? Last time I checked, I'm the final boss. I make all the decisions, Dad, but I'll give you a chance to qualify for it. If you defeat Solo at Armageddon. Now, I was thinking for a name for a pay-per-view. There's no December pay-per-view. I was to think, Sunday night's main event would be good, so I just gave Armageddon. And that was a good December pay-per-view. And that. In our first blood match. Over the weeks before, Solo and the Bloodline take out Jimmy, take out Jay. The week before the pay-per-view, Roman arrives at the thing in his the car with Paul. As Paul's about to get out, Roman says, "No, I don't want you here, wise man. I can't protect you from all the members of the OG Bloodline. And after what happened with you getting taken out, with the them splashing you through the announce table, just go home. I've got this. I need to do this on my own." At the end of the night, Roman and Solo are brawling in the ring, and then the OG Bloodline, the Outlaw Bloodline comes out. They actually open up Roman just to get the wound nice and open up for the first blood match and that. So, Armageddon as well. Here's Armageddon. It's going to be short as well. After a great match, I really don't want to go through the match as well, but after a first match, Roman enters God mode and opens Solo as Solo is tied in the corner. Roman has won and is now in the Rumble. End of part 4. Part 5 will end it next podcast as well. What did you think about that? You're in shock? I understand. Legion?
Oh, sorry.
I thought, wow, you really are in shock over it. Okay. What'd you think?
I'm waiting for the end.
So
that was amazing.
Okay,
that War Games match.
Yeah, like I could have gone into big detail, but we would probably still be here with the going to the War Games match, and we kind of got a bit over. But you know what? Who cares? We're having fun, aren't we? And that's so. I promise.
Yeah, I was actually waiting for more, and then that's when you hit me up. I'm like, well, wait, what?
I was gonna kind of go to the Rumble and that, but I'm gonna the end of it is gonna be the Rumble, the pay-per-view in February, and then WrestleMania, and that'll be it, and it'll end next thing. And then also, I don't know if you guys know, but Legion has challenged me to do another fan fiction story, which I'm going to start next year. Actually, going to start next year as well. It's going to be how I would envision John Cena's last year in WWE. It's going to be in 3 parts as well. So, yeah. Anyway, we better get on to Survivor Series, shouldn't we?
Survivor what?
Survivor Series. War Games Survivor Series. And that. Let's go over the matches and that. So, we'll start off with LA Knight versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the US title. Number one, it's good to see Shinsuke back as well, because I've severely missed him. Probably one of the most underused talent in WWE, to be fair.
Yeah, and this new gimmick he's doing, I'm loving.
Yeah, I love it as well. Like, it's just great. He wrestled in a couple other promotions, like, while he was away, wasn't he? Because we haven't seen him since... When was the last time we saw him? I can't really remember.
Oh,
It's been, what, 3 months at least? 4 months?
more.
Yeah. Like, it's... Yeah, so I'm really happy that he's back, and that's so... I know at the start of the year he was over in... Was that last year when he wrestled the Great Muta? I think it was last year, sorry. I might have gotten the years wrong.
I think it was last year.
Yes, I apologise. It's... You get over 40 and you start to lose your mind. It's fine in that. So, yeah.
Yeah, I got 1 more year to go.
Enjoy it. That's all I can say. But yeah, I personally, as much as the criticism I have on LA Knight's thing, I don't want him to lose the title yet, and that. So I hope they put on a good match, and I hope this continues on to Saturday night's keeps on going even to Saturday night's main event. But yeah, I don't see LA Knight losing this. I've got LA Knight. What about you, Legion? What are your thoughts on this match?
And we both know I'm a huge LA Knight fan. I have been for a very long time, since his TNA days, since he was Eli Drake.
Yep.
But he's had a good run as US champ. But I hate to say it, it's been fairly lackluster.
It has been. I completely agree with you. Really agree with you.
Like, I really hate to say it. As much as it was a great title win, don't get me wrong, when he won the title back at SummerSlam.
Yep.
But I don't think they had any plans for him after that.
He really needed a good...
They're just like drawing names out of a hat for him to face next.
Yeah. Like, it's
it's like
they could have gone somewhere with him and Carmelo Hayes and Andrade.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I know they did like the best of 7 match, which, you know, like, it was good showing Carmelo Hayes and Andrade as well. But yeah, like, it needed a credible guy as well. And I'm not saying like Carmelo and Andrade are credible guys, but they're starting off their career. Like, it should have been... I don't know who else on SmackDown he could have had good matches with as well. But yeah, so
and it was a good way to showcase somebody who got called up, as in Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah,
and showcasing the talent of Andrade. What they should have done is do one-on-one matches with Knight.
Yeah.
On a pay-per-view, not on television.
Yeah.
To showcase what they can really do.
Had he not got injured, I think AJ Styles would have been a perfect foil for
100%.
I know they already had like their matches at Mania and before Mania and that, but would have been good. I've got LA Knight winning here for 4 points. What about you?
I actually have Shinsuke winning this.
Wow. Okay. See,
like I said, I'm a big LA Knight fan, but I think it's time for Shinsuke to actually win a big one.
See, I would not be against Shinsuke winning as well, but then the thing is, where are they going to go with this as well? So, how much...
But with him being a heel, I think they can go far.
Yeah. How much do you have Shinsuke for?
I only have enough for 1 point.
1 point, okay. Wow, okay, I'm extremely shocked. Let's go to the Intercontinental title match between Braun Breaker, the champion, Sheamus, and Ludwig Kaiser. We had 2 weeks ago with the one-on-one between Braun Breaker and Sheamus, and Ludwig interfered, cost a match. And then last week on Raw, we had Braun Breaker and Ludwig Kaiser with Sheamus interfering on the match. Then they had a big brawl, and then Adam Pearce came out and said, "Triple threat at Survivor Series." Number one, I don't know if you saw the report, but they're treating Braun Breaker as a bit of a tween, as they call it, like a bit of a face and a heel, which I think he suits that character perfectly as well.
Yes and no, in a sense. If you catch what I'm trying to say, it's just he's the type of person who should be one or the other.
Okay.
the way he carries himself.
Okay. What would you have him as? Would you have him as a face or a heel?
I'd rather him as a heel because he portrays a monstrous heel.
Yeah. He's the type of, I feel like, you know how someone can either be a better face or a better heel? I feel like he's a better heel, but he can do the face character as well. Reminds me of Damian Priest. I think Damian Priest can play heel or face either way as well. Like, there's only so many wrestlers. The worst job in wrestling, I've been told, is trying to be a babyface when you got to smile all the time and all that stuff. Kind of like when Finn Balor does it, it just eats me up and that. So when he was the, always smiling, like, it just didn't suit his character. I don't see Bron losing this as well. I was going to say this to you as well, like, if I was booking Bron Breakker, I would have him win the Rumble. I was saying, well, we could probably bring this up in the Royal Rumble as well. I'd have him win the Royal Rumble and then beat Gunther at Mania for the world title. Because we know Cody's either thinning against Rock or Roman or both, and that. So I'll have that as well. They could really strap the Rocket to Bron and make him the next big thing as well. And when was the last time?
Did you just give a spoiler?
Maybe. He's not. I don't personally. I don't think he'll win the Rumble. But if I was, because when was the last time that a young gun won the Rumble? It's been forever, and I think
it's been a while.
It's a big. It's a big.
If you want to call it a young gun, you want to use it in quotes.
Yeah.
Asuka was the last one.
Yeah. And that was a bit of a risk as well. That was probably, you'd say even Shinsuke was probably, even though he'd been prominent in New Japan and that, but I'd probably say Shinsuke was the last young gun and that. But if they really want to strap the Rocket to someone, I'd go all in on Bron Breakker. I got Bron Breakker winning for this. And by the way, I got him winning for 5 points.
Oh, he's your lock.
Mm-hmm.
You had to change it up, didn't you, since I brought it
No.
up?
I promise I have not. After Gunther has let me down, he is not my lock anymore. So until he wins, and that's What about you? What are your thoughts on this match?
I'm in agreement with you. I do see Braun winning this one.
Yeah.
Mainly because the feud between Ludwig Kaiser and Sheamus is not done yet.
Yeah.
I see them pretty much costing each other the match.
Yep. It's really good to see Ludwig, breaking out as well. I've been really impressed with him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, what did you have Braun for?
I'm loving his little train wreck drop kick. Like,
yeah.
You know how Braun Strowman has that train shoulder tackle?
Yeah.
And Braun has the spear?
Yeah.
He has the drop kick.
Yeah. What do you have?
I have Braun winning for 4 points.
4 points. Speaking of Gunther, let's go to him and Priest for the World Heavyweight title. I'm really surprised. Of course, this happened because Damian Priest won the Fatal 4-Way against... It was Seth. I'm trying to think who the others were in that match as well. I'm sorry, I'm brain farting as well.
Seth. Of course, Damian. There was Dominic Mysterio.
Dominic Mysterio was... was it Sheamus?
It might have been... Yes, it was Sheamus.
Okay. Won a Fatal 4-Way and that. I'm really surprised. Like, I was kind of hoping they would have gone... Like, we've already done Priest and Gunther. At SummerSlam and then back again at... Oh, no, just at SummerSlam, sorry. So, have they faced each other again since SummerSlam, or is this the... Did they face a Bad Blood? I can't really remember. No, so this is...
They faced... Gunther won the title from him at SummerSlam.
Yeah. So this is Priest's return match as well, so...
His rematch.
Yeah, his rematch basically, and that like I'm all for Priest as a face, and that I think, as I was saying before, I think he does a face character really well, and I'm getting behind him as well as a face on Raw as an up and comer, even though he's like in his 40s and that. So, but he's look, would they? What you're saying about LA Knight's reign as well, I would say the same about Gunther. Like, he had a good match with Orton at Bash in Berlin, but apart from that, it's kind of been a bit stale. And that's what, when they brought out in Priest promo as well, like, the aura of Gunther is kind of gone at the minute. So, I was nearly going to pick Damian Priest, but I thought I'd give Gunther one more chance in that. So, I've got Gunther winning here. What about you?
I agree with you on Gunther's title reign. It's very very lackluster compared to his Intercontinental
Yeah.
title reign.
Mm-hmm.
His Intercontinental title reign was epic because he had epic matches. He revived the status of that championship
Yeah.
to what it is now. And when he won the world title, everybody was so excited. He wins it. He's gonna elevate it to new heights. And now it's like, to be honest, half the time I keep forgetting he's champion. That's how lackluster it's been.
Yeah.
I'm being honest with that one.
You did say you hoped they wouldn't give him the title straight away after the Intercontinental title reign because it would end like this, and I have to give you credit as well. Like I kind of wish they'd waited for Gunther to win the title at Mania, like next year, and that I don't know who would have been the champion.
It would have been bigger.
Yeah.
By then.
Yeah.
And he would have established himself as a proper competitor without the title.
Even have him a story having him win the Rumble because he'd been runner up once or twice.
No, he was robbed twice.
Yeah. No, he was
because I think because the first year Cody eliminated him.
Yeah.
Then the following year Cody eliminated him again.
Yeah, Cody eliminated him again, but he was like in the final four again. So could have done a thing where he would win it, and that's yeah. Anyway, I don't see Gunther losing at least until, apart from injury, I don't see him losing till Mania, at the least. Actually, no. Yeah. Maybe Royal Rumble on that because they do want to get to Punk.
I would do between Royal Rumble and WrestleMania is when he'll lose.
Yeah, because they want to get Punk and Rollins for the title. So, yeah, probably lose it between the Rumble and that. Who knows? And that's okay. Yeah, I got Gunther for 3 points. What about you?
This one's by lock with Gunther winning.
Oh, God.
I took a page out of your book.
God, I hope Gunther loses now. All right, let's go. Bit of friendly rivalry here. That's all good. Let's go to the women's war game match. Sorry, there's a bit of spoiler as well because
for the record, I've lost 3 times in a row.
Bit of spoiler as well because they haven't announced it yet, but they'll announce it this Friday. We've got the team Liv Morgan with Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Nia Jax, the WWE, the Women's World Champion Liv Morgan. I'll get there one day. Raquel Rodriguez, the WWE Women's Champion Nia Jax, the Women's Money in the Bank holder Tiffany Stratton, and Candice LeRae taking on, I guess it's Team Bianca Belair's team. Bianca Belair, Naomi, Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and Bayley.
Can I point this out?
You can.
I laughed a little bit.
Yeah.
You honed in on your little Elmer Fudd when you mentioned Raquel's last name.
Raquel God, Jesus.
You were Rodriguez.
It's Wabbit season, duck season, Wabbit season. Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits. Anyway. Jeez. We've gone on too long. We should actually shut it off in that. So, can I say one thing? Good to see Candice LeRae in this match. I'm butchering her name and I apologise as well. After Indy Hartwell got released, I thought, God, maybe Candice will be next in that. But it's good to see her in this match and actually involved in a storyline as well. Because she's a very talented wrestler in that. So,
yeah, because I think she was already in a storyline with Nia Jax to begin with.
Yeah.
So they kept that running.
And I'm just, Tiffany, of course, is going to be there. Nia Jax. Raquel, I kind of wanted, I don't know who else they would have gotten to heel. Originally, it was supposed to be, the pure, oh God, what's her name? Sonya Deville's team was supposed to be taking Raquel's spot with Candice LeRae and Tiffany as well.
Really?
Yeah, it was originally going to be them, but then this is going back a couple months ago, and that was the original story, and that's so, but they changed to this, and that's so. Rhea still injured, wearing the face mask as well. Good to see her back here as well. Be interesting to see the byplay between Bayley and Io Sky, and also Bayley and Bianca, and that. I kind of think that might play into the how the match is going to go, because I've actually got Liv's team winning because I feel like Bianca and Bianca and Bailey will actually cost, like, they won't be able to trust each other and that, etc., etc. So I've got Liv's team winning, and I've got Nia Jax pinning Bianca Belair. This is just temporary. I need to have a bit of a think about it because I don't think Bianca will get 2 pinfalls in a row, like lose twice in a row to Nia. But I think Liv's team is winning, and I think Nia is getting the victory, but I don't know who over, and that's so.
I thought there was gonna be like bad blood in the match. With it had Bailey involved in it, but I didn't think it was gonna be Bianca. I thought it was gonna be more of Io.
Well, Bianca's already said said like she doesn't like Bailey, and that due to the past they had as well. Like I feel like Bailey's gonna have heat with both Io and Bianca. You are correct in that, but yeah, I feel like it's gonna cost them in the end because that's just my opinion, and that's so yeah. It's kind of I feel like this match could go either way. Like
Yes, it can.
It's like. Yeah, I just think it can go either way. I've got Liv's team winning at the minute, and I've got Nia pinning Bianca due to an accidental from Bailey. I don't know why, and that's what I got thinking at the minute. I might change it coming the next couple of days.
You and me are thinking almost alike.
Almost alike. Okay.
Almost. You'll see why.
Yeah. All right.
I picked Team Liv winning this.
Yep.
And because, like you said, there's bad blood on the other team between the 3.
Yep.
And something's gonna happen. But instead of what you said that Bailey's gonna cost Bianca, I see Nia pitting Bailey. Pretty much the opposite of what you said.
I did think I might actually take that from you as well because I was thinking Bailey as well, but I think Nia got the pin over Bailey like at SummerSlam, and then in another they had a rematch as well. So it's how many times I don't want to see Naomi take the pin because I don't think she deserves it. I don't want to see Io take the pin because I don't think she deserves it, and no chance in hell Rhea getting pinned yet. So it's interesting if they do have Liv Morgan's team win, who takes the pin and how is set up in that. So yeah, it's how much have you got them winning for as well?
2 points.
2 points. Okay.
But now the question is, before we move on, do you think Io's going to do her famous spot during this match?
I really hope she does because I'm looking forward to it. And we're talking the trash can from the top rope.
Top of the cage.
Yeah, top of the cage. Top of the cage. Yeah, I think we'll see her do it, and that it's kind of like what Kofi was remembered for in the Royal Rumble. Doing these spots and that. So
yep.
If
every war game she's done it.
Yeah, if it's safe enough in that, and it's proven to be safe enough, like I'd let her do it in that. And let's go to what we think will be the main event. The OG Bloodline and CM Punk. Let me go through the OG Bloodline for you. The OG Bloodline, which contains Roman, the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, and Sami Zayn, and CM Punk, versus the Outlaw Bloodline, or the Bloodline as they got it here. Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Bronson Reed. We already talked about Punk being the 5th member, and that this has been the story since Mania, basically. Solo taking over the Bloodline and Roman coming back for it, and that wanting the Ulu Fala, and that I think Roman's team is going to win, but if they really wanted to shake it up, I would not mind if Solo's team won, but I think Roman's team is going to win. I've got Roman pinning Solo for 2 points as well. So, my question is, how long do you think we'll keep on going with the Bloodline storyline?
I was about to talk about this here, like when it came my turn. It's like it needs to end. It's going on almost 5 years of a Bloodline story. It needs to end.
You burn out on it?
I think everybody's burnt out on it.
I mean, I still enjoy. I mean,
I'm saying there's these occasional people like yourself who are enjoying it, but it can only go so much.
Yeah.
Because it's taking over WWE TV, meaning it's the only product people are interested in.
Yeah. Yeah. I can.
We need other storylines. I don't care if those characters are in other things, but we need different storylines,
I-
like not just Bloodline versus Bloodline. Or whatever.
I still see this. I still see this going till Mania. Like not.
Oh, that part I agree. It'll go to Mania, but Mania should be the cutoff point.
Yeah. Like maybe revisit it in a year or so. You know, I don't know. And that,
Like a reunion thing.
yeah, and that. But yeah,
I agree.
it's been that. So yeah, I don't see. They could do it like. I talked about this with your stream. I was thinking, can you imagine if because we saw the similarities of what Paul Heyman was wearing to what Solo was wearing as well. Like, is there a swerve here that we're just not seeing? Like, I did think about maybe CM Punk turning on Roman and that for no reason, but you know, I just don't know what's going to happen. I've got Roman's team winning, Roman pinning Solo. And that's the... They could have, like, maybe someone else getting the pin in that, but I think for storyline, Roman needs to get the pin over Solo, because Solo got the pin on Roman at the six-man match. What about your thoughts on this?
Yeah. I'm gonna agree. Before I get to who does what, but I see the OG Bloodline winning.
Yeah.
Like, that's an almost given. But I don't see Roman pinning Solo. Because that's just too predictable.
Yeah.
Because lately, like the way Triple H has been running the storylines in WWE, he likes to go with the less predictable option. Because people are like, "Oh, he's gonna do this," and it doesn't happen.
Yep.
But then then that point will eventually happen. Just like with the whole Solo pinning Roman.
Yep.
At the last pay-per-view.
Yep.
But this one, I see Roman getting the pin, but I see it happening to a person we thought would never get pinned.
No!
I see him pinning Jacob.
Oh.
Having Jacob get his first official loss.
Oh. That's kind of blew my mind. Oh, they wouldn't do it, would they? I mean, if they were to have, like, basically what I had my storyline, like Sammy hit him with a hell of a kick, a couple of super kicks, a GTS, and then, you know, I could actually see that, but, oh, God, a lot of people would be very angry. I would like to see Roman beat Jacob 1-on-1, not 5-on-1, like in the thing. It kind of does protect him in that. I'm a bit shocked.
He'll still be undefeated in singles.
Yeah,
matches.
yeah, they could throw.
Just like same with Gunther.
They could,
for a very long time.
Yeah, they could throw that up. Yeah, okay. So you had Roman pinning
Jacob Fatu.
Jacob Fatu for how many? How much for the match as well?
3 points.
3 points as well. Okay. No matter what, I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you guys can join us as well, because I'm pretty sure it's at a decent time for me, so I'll be watching the on Sunday as well, Survivor Series as well. Well, that's the end of a very long podcast. Longer than normal,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's a lot of fun as always.
The longest one.
Yeah. Thanks again for all you guys joining me. We're going to end this. We'll be back. The next podcast we do will be in, I think, in probably it'll be a couple of weeks before Saturday night's main event, which will be our last podcast for the year. We're going to be doing some awards there. We're going to give out our awards, who we think the male wrestler of the year is, female wrestler, feud of the year, pay-per-view of the year, and who we think will have a big 2025 coming up in that. So I hope you guys join us for them. But while we're doing... Yes, go on, Legion.
I want to end this before... I want to do this before you end it.
Yes.
Because this is our new tradition that we're going to start.
Yes.
At the end of every show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask everybody one question. And just leave it down in the comments, everybody on YouTube. Is throughout this year of 2024, who do you think is the MVP of this year?
It could be like male or female. Does it matter? Like,
It could be male or female, anybody.
male or female.
It could even be somebody from NXT, Raw, SmackDown.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be WWE. Can be AEW if you want. Can be any.
Yeah, it could be AEW, it could be TNA.
Just who you've enjoyed, who you think has made wrestling fun this year as well. I've already got my answer. Do you want to... Well, no, we'll save it because we'll probably talk about it as our male or female wrestler of the year and that. So we'll save it for the next thing and that. So, as Legion says, leave your comments down there somewhere. I don't know.
Wherever the down arrow is.
The down arrow is there. down there, and that. So I know I see a couple of people. Yeah, I actually don't mind that comment by Mister as well. Yeah, if you've enjoyed, like it's who you think has been the MVP as well. So yeah, thanks again, Legion. I've really enjoyed this show. We will see you.
Yeah, this was a really good one.
Yep, we will see you in a couple of weeks for our last show of the year as well. We'll have to get a tux as well. Can your fox get a? Can your wolf get a tux for the last? Since we're doing awards as well.
I will try. I can't guarantee anything will fit me.
I'll have to find a T-shirt for a tux because there's no chance in hell I'd wear a tux as well. So, yeah. Yeah, but thanks again, guys, for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed this. We will see you in a couple of weeks for that. But until then, I really hope you guys enjoy Survivor Series. Don't know if there's any other wrestling pay-per-views coming from TNA and AEW, but I just hope you enjoy wrestling no matter what. Whether you like WWE, whether you like AEW, just enjoy wrestling. That's all we want.
Yeah, just enjoy it.
Yeah, that's what.
Everyone knows I'm not a big AEW fan, but if you are, I'm not gonna bash you. You enjoy what you enjoy.
I will defend the AEW guys as well. So,
like I said, just enjoy what you like.
Yeah, and look, there's an old saying: like what you like, but don't be a dick.
That's the best saying ever.
We're going to trademark it, and that. So I don't know if it's Dimitraya, but until our last podcast of the year, he's Legion.
Hey, yeah. There it is. Bye.
And I'm Sugar Ray. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Bye-bye.
Bye.